Good evening and welcome inside to the St. Clair College Sportsplex in beautiful Windsor, Ontario. The second semifinal game of the day, the winner advancing to the gold medal game tomorrow afternoon. It's the St. Clair College Saints, the home team, hosting the Lambton Lions. Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Papa. Of course, Logan Kuchera joining us on our broadcast. Doesn't get any better than this. Talk about a rivalry game. Talk about two teams that really want to go at each other. Logan, I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, me too. You know, Lambton's the underdog, right? So I think they're going to come into this game hot like they did yesterday, so St. Clair has to be ready for that.
St. Clair knows what they're getting in Lambton, and Lambton knows what they're getting in St. Clair. Lambton likes to play that really edgy game. How does that affect St. Clair?
I think that St. Clair can't get in their heads. They have to just start right from that tip-off and just play the game they know how to play.
That's a good point. Focus will be very important, that's for sure. Let's take a look at what the coaches had to say. We had a chance to touch base with Coach James Grant of the Lambton Lions. He knows all about this rivalry. He knows how well these two teams know each other. This is what he had to say about tonight's game.
You know what? I think it's going to be one with whoever can handle the other team's pressure in the half court. I think that St. Clair does a great job. Everyone's seen all year. They put pressure on teams, and we've been working on trying to be ready for it. And if we're ready for it, I think we'll be in the game. And if we're not, it's going to be tough. So St. Clair's a great team, and our guys are ready to go, I think. But they're going to have to go out there and show they want it. So we'll see about that in a few minutes here.
Really, Coach Grant knows all about this St. Clair team. He knows what it's going to take for his squad to win. Coaching could be a big factor in this game, Logan.
Yeah, it's important that the coaches know what they're doing and they let the players play, and yeah, let's see how the game goes.
Co-head coach of the Saints, Matt Sykes. Again, same idea. They both know each other so very well. Coach Sykes talks about this rivalry, how it's developed.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, we've played each other 7 times in the last 2 years. I mean, this one's going to come down to it's a rivalry game, and it's going to see who can gut it out and have 40 minutes of just better offense and defense. And, I mean, who's going to work harder? Who's going to die for the loose ball? Who's going to do the little things right?
Coach Sykes filling us in there before the game here, which is going to tip in just a couple of minutes. Okay, Logan, let's put it on the line here. I'm going to go with the Saints.
Yeah,
I'm going to be the homer, but I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a nail-biter. I don't think this is going to be a blowout in any way or any significant lead. I think this is going to be a real tough game that's going to go down to the wire. I have the Saints winning it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, Lambton has nothing to lose tonight. They came into this tournament last night ready to play, and they definitely showed it.
And that's a good point you bring up. They have nothing to lose. They're kind of like under the radar here. They're not one of the teams that anyone's been talking about. Everybody's talked about George Brown, rightfully so. You see why they're in the gold medal game tomorrow. They've talked about Mohawk. You know, they've talked even a little bit about Sheridan. Not many people talked about Lambton, and what they do, they came in on day one yesterday and just trounced the Sheridan Bruins. It was a blowout, and everybody was just like, oh my God, where did this team come from? But that's the real Lambton Lions.
Yeah, Lambton's a feisty team, and they're good shooters. So I think one of the keys tonight for St. Clair is defending those shooters.
Got to put a lot of pressure, and that's what Coach James Grant talked about. Who can handle the pressure the best is going to win this game. Let's see what does happen. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it's the opening tip. Justin Prince and Jana Kuchera with all the action for you. You're watching the OCAA Men's Basketball Championships on We Digital Productions.
much more with the national anthem as it's time for the second of two semifinals with a trip to the gold medal game for the victor. I'm Justin Prince alongside the booth once again, Janica Serra, as St. Clair takes on Lambton with a shot to battle for the gold. St. Clair looking for their first gold since 1968. Lambton their first one ever.
Yep, it'll be an interesting game here. I know both teams are coming ready to play, and it's going to be a hard-fought battle.
Now it's the important mark. Who's going to come away with the victory in the game today for the starting lineup for the Lambton Lions? Iganungu Gakira with Tyrell Miller, Jerry Wilson, Journey Joseph, along with Samuel Barbatunde Shawunmi. The starting five carried over from last night's victory. Were 58% shooting evening against the St. Clair Saints, who look to try and carry momentum after beating the Player of the Year for the Conestoga Condors, Terry Jewel Obeng, to get to this semifinal. Same starting five in the lineup for them as well. It's Chad Vincent Simon, Jalen Harmon, Terrence Williams, Shaq Price, Darnell Penny in the starting five. The hometown St. Clair Saints. Let's look at how things fare out starting-wise today, Jenna. But when it comes to these two teams, and especially when it comes to the St. Clair side, a chance at history, but the
Saints have home court advantage. They've been here before last year, just in a different gym. Now they have the fans on their side. It's going to get loud in here, and I think they're going to come ready to play right off the hop.
Once again, a capacity crowd in the facility tonight for these respective squads. So now, it's the matter of who to keep an eye on. Journey Joseph, you can argue.
So many shots. Yep. So the Saints will want to keep an eye on him, and especially Journey Joseph, if they want to keep this game on their side.
Tyrell Miller put up 30 points in the victory for the Lambton Lions. Journey Joseph, 22. Shaq Price, see here, just one assist away last night for the triple-double.
Yes, we were talking about that. He was so close. He was doing it all. And I'm sure again tonight we'll see very similar stat line. Might even get that triple-double.
18 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists in the victory for St. Clair. Just about all set to go for the Rose City from St. Clair College's Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario. Glad to have you with us here on Weeds in It All. Tonight's referees, Mark Zalonik, along with Caleb Chua, along with Arnash Rappe. Both teams are ready. Are you ready? It's time to decide who gets the chance to battle for the gold medal against George Brown, or who has to play for the bronze medal against Mohawk tomorrow. Harmon in the jump circle for St. Clair. Barbatunde Shawunmi in the jump circle for the Lions. The crowd is ready. The players are ready. The semifinals, Lambton St. Clair underway from Windsor. St. Clair starts off with the first possession. Harmon gives it off to Williams. Williams works it around to Petty. Petty, mid-range jump shot, good to start.
We saw that from Petty yesterday in the game, and here he goes right off the hop, drains that elbow jump shot.
Line set up for first possession, led by head coach James Grant. Miller taking the slow start. Barbatunde Shawunmi on the screen. Not able to break away from now Harmon. 8 on the shot clock through the zone. The jump shot. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by Vincent Simon. Taken up quickly to Petty. Round up to Vincent Simon for 3. Yes!
That's the start we like to see here from the Saints.
Quick 5-0 run to start in the first minute. Miller. Smothered by Petty. Keeping one-on-one man look to start. Now an air pick and roll. Harmon on the switch. Petty with the assist. Now back to the corner. 4-3. It's good. Lambton on the board. Akiro at the quick bucket, the drive inside, no good from Harmon. Lambton sets up the same figure of the play. Screen set once again, Barbertune Shawami. This time going to the third option, Joseph. Joseph contested jump shot. Doesn't draw iron, no good. St. Clair slows it down after the rebound. Williams off to Price. Drives, kicks out. Petty for three. Off the front rim. Chased down by Price. Down to Petty. Rejected by Barbertune Shawami. Rebound picked up by Miller. Miller kicks it off to the outside. Wilson did well outside yesterday. Harmon strips it from the outside. Pass to Williams, thrown away. Miller drives it back in, misses. Tap back towards Miller. Can't keep it in bounds. St. Clair basketball.
That's one thing the Saints will have to watch out for is number 12, Barbertune Shawame. He's very tall, and he's going to get his hands on the ball anytime you drive to the rim.
For plenty of energy yesterday in particular. 4 points, but 9 rebounds in the victory. Just past 2 minutes into the first quarter, 5-3 St. Clair. Price, screen set by Harmon on the roll. Pass to Harmon, draws the kickball violation. A 12 on the shot clock. Remember yesterday, St. Clair with their starting lineup, very powerful scoring-wise. Here's the replay.
Yes, and Jalen Harmon, one of those key players yesterday, and he'll just miss the three.
Jalen Harmon, the player of the game for St. Clair's efforts with 25 points, 7 rebounds yesterday. Wilson, give it on to Joseph. Works on the drive over Williams. Contact drawn for the first personal of the game. Terrence Williams with first personal, first team.
Good strong take by Journey Joseph there, and he's going to do that all game. Did it all game yesterday. He was an effective player for the Lambton Lions. And he gets to the line.
First free throw is good from Joseph yesterday for Lambton. 10-14 free throw line. Remember, Journey Joseph tied for the scoring champion for the West Division, 25.1 points per game. Second's good. Yesterday, he also picked up the 22 points as mentioned, but 5 assists in the victory.
The Saints will want to watch him here tonight.
Petty tries to kick it out. Turned over, stole it away. Joseph leads the break. Joseph takes it in himself for the layup. We're tied at 5. Make it 7-5, Lambton. Quick response. Vincent Simon, the three, yes, sir.
He had himself the game last night as well. And tonight already 2 3-pointers. He's coming in hot.
Miller has 2 screens set. Doesn't get to take either of them. Akiro passes it out. Joseph contested. 3 rattles out. Price on the board this time. Price lobs it towards Petty. Now onto the corner. Vincent Simon baseline. Tight rope to Harmon. Up Main Street rejected. Barbertune Shawami on the block. 10 still on the shot clock. Petty for 3. Yes, he's got it.
Count it. Petty getting the crowd hyped up here tonight.
The threes raining down quickly. 3 triples for St. Clair in the first 4 minutes. Miller, floater, good.
He is so calm when he drives to the net. Makes it look so easy.
Meanwhile, ball bobble turned over. Last touch by Harmon. And for the first time today, a substitution. That coming from Georgi Netyelkov. If you remember, had multiple chances for points yesterday on those set plays. He made 6 of his 8 attempts with that play. They repeated several times in the second half.
Yes, I do remember that. He was right there at the rim, got some good rebounds and some great putbacks.
Miller. Screen set by Netyelkov. Kicked outside for the 3. Akira again, yes.
Lots of threes already in this game.
Coming up to halfway to the first quarter of play. 12-11 Lions. Quite happy with this here on Windsor. Price not able to drop it. Joseph passes it out to Akira again. Moving back to the corner. And Yelkov just inside the arc. Takes the jump shot far. Hits the back of the rim. Pops out. Price to Petty. Works it back to Price. Blaze moves to the outside. Price moves it inside. Inside. Harmon draws the whistle. 7-on-7.
That was some nice passing there by the Saints. Price drives to the rim. Nice little scoop pass behind the player to Harmon, who'll go to the line.
Jordy Joseph, his first personal, first team foul.
I think he was hoping for a block there.
And for the first time today, St. Clair to the stripe. Joseph getting substituted out meanwhile. Jack Thorpe, first-year player from St. Mary's, seen plenty of playing time yesterday. Looks like Akira also being substituted out in turn. This time, Joseph being moved back in. But getting to the mark of St. Clair's free throw shooting yesterday, they had a lot of attempts. 18 for 29 as a team yesterday.
They did. And they got that from driving to the hoop. Strong. See if they can do it again tonight.
Harmon a perfect 6 for 6 in the tournament so far. Make it 7 for 7 for number 7. Harmon now being substituted out after the make. Side Deer now in for the first time today. The microwave. Joseph keeps it himself. Contested on the fade back. No good. Rebound picked up by Vincent Simon again. Bryce, no, looks it towards Williams. Back to Bryce. Bryce out of traffic to Deer for 3. Yes, sir.
That's what Josiah Deer is good at. Comes off the bench. A good three-point shooter. And there he goes. Knocks down his first shot of the game. That's what the Saints will need coming from him tonight.
Elkoff and Thorpe setting the screens. Miller still smothered by Petty. Thorpe throws it over Vincent Simon's head. Then Yelkov down to the low post. Got a little help, but still drops it.
Good defense by the Saints there, but he was able to still get the shot off and score the bucket.
16-14, St. Clair, 4 minutes to go in the quarter. The throw, shot from 3, no good. Thorpe on the board again. Miller looking towards the heart of the paint over Penny. Hits the side of the rim, late whistle. And a push is called for 2 free throws. Foul is on Petty, his first, team second.
Just at the end there.
And a substitution, Petty out, Tim Stewart in.
Tim Stewart, he's been an impressive addition to the Saints men's team this year. We were talking, my sister and I were talking to the athletic therapist yesterday, and she said one thing about Stewart is that he takes care of his body. He does yoga every day, and that's key if you're a basketball player who's playing lots of minutes like he is. So it's interesting to hear.
And he did have a strong impact yesterday, not in terms of points, but rebounds, defense, as well as with passing.
He did.
Second free throw, no good. Both don't drop as Price has it thrown away over his head. So now Lambton back with the ball, and our first time out of the game called with the 16-14 St. Clair advantage.
A little too much mustard on that pass from Williams there, as he and Price laugh it off because they know they'll get the next one.
Talking about St. Clair beating Conestoga yesterday, 97-85 in the quarterfinal. They've been red hot, making 10 straight victories for them coming into this semifinal today.
They had a great game last night against Conestoga. Played their game, team defense, team offense, all around good. Lots of bench points too for them.
And they've been strong scoring-wise as a unit, good on the passing, the three-point shooting, and the percentages in the 30% range. But the major thing with them, high tempo all year.
Exactly. They keep that pace going all game long, up and down the court. They're all in great shape. And all those practices of running back and forth, lap suicides, it's definitely paying off.
Look up to the grandstands on the upper deck. A full capacity crowd once again at the Sportsplex with a chance to battle for the gold medal once more on the line. St. Clair last year, remember, picking up their first provincial medal as well as a national medal. The provincial mark was their first one since 2005-06. Journey, fade away, out of the top, out, no good. Price the rebound.
Williams playing strong defense on Journey Joseph to begin this game.
Price, meanwhile, draws contact in 2 free throws. And will go to the strike. So Price picking up the contact on the quick drive. Let's take a look at Shaq Price's stat line. Led the way in points for St. Clair, one of 7 players with 20 points per game. And talking about the CCAA, just the 4th ever Saint to make the All-Canadian team. First one's good. Personal, by the way, credited to Miller. Second's good. Coming up to 3 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Saints lead by 4. With the ball now, this is John Kendi. Thorpe lined up with Ndyelkov. Joseph, Miller, the 5. Joseph fading back, no good. Rebound picked up by Price again. Price sizes to the right. Looking to spin back on the roll, no good. Can't need the board that time. Miller. And Ndyelkov coming up for the screen. Sets the screen up high. Miller passes to Kendi. Run to Thorpe. Down to Ndyelkov again. Battling down low with Deere. Out to Kendi. 5 on the shot clock. He steps out of bounds and turns it over. With that, more substitutions. Jewel in Hall. Looking to come in for the first time. Those young fans very happy with this advantage early. And 2 players came very early to the gym today and kept an eye on the matchups, especially Harmon and also Hall. Well, kept a close eye on the matchups before the start of the first semifinal.
They did. They're 2 that are always here early.
Hall. Coming out of the double team. Move to Williams. Zips around Miller, driving, trying to get around Ndyelkov. Ndyelkov gets a piece of it on the block.
Good defense there by the Lambton Lions.
Got the 6'7" forward on the block. Here's the replay.
It almost looked like he was trying to pass it to his teammate, but the hands by the Lambton Lions got right on it.
More substitutions. Barbertune Shawami back into the game. Corner 3 doesn't fall. Rebound picked up by Kakira. Kakira out of the poke. Moves it over to Wilson. Looking to wake up. No good. Barbertune Shawami, the putback, yes.
He was in perfect position for that rebound and putback.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Hall. With the Julu. Hall, the drive, right here, good.
Nice little action there by the Saints. And Hall is right in there for that easy lay-in.
Joseph trying to play. Moving to the near side in front of the benches. To Miller. 10 on the shot clock. Miller tries to spin past Stewart. Pushes into Stewart to pick up the personal. Stewart's first foul, 3rd team foul. Miller, chance to go back to the strike.
Both teams playing tough here. Good defense by Stewart, but a little bit too much body, and that's why he got the foul call.
Now into the game, Glenn Lewis Paris. He's seen minimal playing time yesterday. A few more minutes to start off this matchup as the first one drops. 3 early points for Miller. Make it 4. On the floor for St. Clair now. Hall, Ijulu, Stewart, Deere, Willis Paris, the 5. Hall, the floater, good.
That was nice by Hall.
Miles Hall with the bucket. 1 minute to go in the first quarter of play. 22-18 Saints. Wilson tries to work up to the top. Miller gives it off to him. Kenny. Sees Kikira get to work. Now Joseph underneath. Rejected. Deere gives it back to Hall for the break. Hall kicks it out. Deere from his hot spot. Call for the travel. Go back the other direction with the 12-second difference shot in game clock. Of course, St. Clair and their organization, led by a co-head coaching group, Brennan Segan and Matthew Sykes, that has seen a lot of success building up to this campaign.
They've done a great job over the past couple of years at developing a strong basketball team here at St. Clair College.
Kikira hits a strong 3, wide open for the bucket. Lines trim the gap to a single possession again. About a 2-second difference shot at game clock now for Hall. Jewel now comes up for the set. Pick and roll. Hall takes the jump shot, makes it again. Last shot of the quarter. Joseph, quick 3, almost falls in. But as a result, the St. Clair Saints hold on to a slim 3-point advantage. It's 24-21 in the semifinals on We Did It All.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
A look over at what's at stake. A chance to battle tomorrow to put your team and your program on that plaque at these championships. The OCAA Men's Basketball Championship semifinal day. The second of the 2 semifinals continues. Justin Prince, Jenna Casero with you as St. Clair leads 24-21 over the Lambton Lions. Very close statistically, very close on the scoreboard in of itself. Major difference, though. Lots of points off turnovers for the Lions, an 8-0 advantage to start the second quarter. Miller. And Joseph. On the cut. Deflected out of bounds by St. Clair with a block.
Good help defense by the Saints players there.
And might be credit to Harmon. Meanwhile, Kikira is red hot from outside. 4 takes, 4 makes from beyond the arc.
He'll be a guy that the Saints want to keep off the score sheet.
All meanwhile, big on the stat sheet in the first quarter. Harmon, not so much. No good from that down low on the putback. Miller, given again to Kikira. The quarter, again, it's good! Timeout, St. Clair. 5 triples from Kakira in the first half.
Really impressive. I just said they'll want to keep him off the score sheet, and then just like that, he comes back down and knocks down another three-pointer.
Remember, they did this last night, too. We talked about this a bit, where while the percentage is low as a team, the attempts and makes were amongst the best in the province, mind you. This team can shoot the lights out, as we've seen all tournament.
They sure can. They have about 3 or 4 guys, starters, that can knock down a triple at any given time. So the Saints will want to get a hand in their face, make it more difficult than they ever have.
The big thing, though, for Lambton, Johnny Joseph, ice cold to start. 1 for 8 from him from the field, including that miss at the buzzer.
Definitely different than the start he had last night, but he's cold. His teammates are picking up for him. So we'll see how it plays out here in the rest of the second quarter.
Look at some of the young fans getting into the dance moves. Lambton Lions, meanwhile, lead over the Saints by 3. Just less than a minute into the second quarter of play. On the floor for the Saints, Price, Vincent Simon, Willis Paris, Harmon, and Hall, the grouping. Hall. Screen, Price, quick corner shot. Moved up for Harmon, the drive. Offensive foul. Jalen Harmon caught for his first personal. His first team foul of the quarter.
He had a wide open shot, but I think he thought when he saw number 12 on Lambton coming at him, he was going to go around him to get an even better shot, and unfortunately got the charge call.
Miller looking to pass it away, nearly turned over. Joseph with it. Give it to Wilson, avoiding the reach. Pulls up, but not on the shot clock, no good. Price takes it back up. Sizing up, stepping in, over 2 defenders, good.
That's what he's capable of doing, and there he goes and shows it.
That's his first bucket from the field. He, Harmon, and Williams went 0 for 7 combined in the first quarter. Miller waiting for the movement along the outside of the arc. Takes it now inside it, into the paint. Lots of whistles and a travel call. Babatunde Shawatmi called for the travel.
Good defense by Price there on Miller. Not making it easy for him. Miller still gets the pass off, but turnover it is.
As a result, a substitution made by St. Clair. Darnell Petty back in. Price gets screen set by Harmon up top. Rolls low. Willis Paris with the assist on the pick for the bucket. It's Price.
He's also capable of knocking down three-pointers, as we've seen all season. Using that double screen, making it look easy.
29-27, just past 2 minutes into the second quarter of play on We Did It All. Con's happy with us from the Rose City. Down low in traffic, a reach and a foul. Tunde Jawan made the intended target. Appears to be Price on the whistle as first. Was Paris out, Williams in. So on me outside, off the pump. Wilson draws it for the N1. Jerry Wilson getting involved on the offense.
Nice up fake from Wilson there to the elbow jump shot. And Vincent Simon just gets him on the hand.
Vincent Simon's first personal. 3 team fouls for the Saints already in the quarter. Free throw ties it up at 29. Keep in mind, Wilson yesterday 16 points in the victory. Price looks inside to no man's land, turned over to Joseph.
Too many Lambton hands there. Got to be careful on those types of passes, especially cross court.
Miller, again, isolation style. Joseph wide open, 3, good.
That's what he does best. Wide open shots, he's going to knock him down.
Back at the other end, Vincent Simon, layup, no good. Ripped down by Babatunde. She'll want me again. Miller. Taking the ISO. For the line for the long two.
We saw that from Miller yesterday. And here he is, dropping those jump shots.
It's all of a sudden lead by 6. Petty to the corner again. Harmon, 3. Bounces out. Moved up by Miller. Keep in mind, women's basketball also underway for its semifinals. The Lions women's team leading over Algonquin in their third quarter in a low-scoring one. Miller looking to score inside. No. Put back good. Hero with his first bucket from inside the arc today. Petty response. The drive good.
Nice left-hand finish there by Petty.
Coach Greg calls time. 6:09 to go in the first half of play. 37-31 Lambton. Here's a look.
Really nice done.
So the timeout triggered. And a very strong start for the Lions in the quarter. It's a capacity crowd here tonight. Your thoughts on what you've seen so far in this first half of play? A lot of back and forth now starting to develop.
Yes, there's been lots of back and forth between the Saints and the Lambton Lions. Both teams knocking shots down, getting into the key. The key will be, though, for the Saints to get those offensive and defensive rebounds at both ends and setting up their offense for a good open look and not forcing.
A 16-7 run to start off this second quarter. Keeping track on how the quarter has broken down so far.
Saints started off hot, Lions came back.
Turnover starting to come into big play here. Coming out of the timeout, 6:09 to go in the first half. Saints looking to giddy up and ride to close up this gap. Wilson, Joseph lined up alongside Nadielkov. Miller rounding up the 5 on the floor this time. Gakira, another layup, another bucket. He's been unconscious tonight.
He has been. And another good finish by him.
On the drive, it's Price. Good again. Jack Price has 9 points so far. The RN stolen away by Harmon. As Williams to his left. He takes it himself. Williams must the putback. Second putback drops.
That's why you always hustle down the court behind your teammate on a fast break, because you never know if they're going to make or miss. And on that case, Williams is able to put it back on the miss.
Coming up to halfway through the second quarter. Wilson gives it to Yelkov. He rolls it in for the low post.
It's a tough shot to make. JD had his hands in his face, and he's still able to get the two-pointer.
Looking to roll around. Petty working to the drive. Rolls it in for the bucket.
Woo! Fancy spin and everything. The crowd is loving that one.
Lots of points being built up quickly. Miller waits in isolation. Joseph comes with a help. Joseph down to Yelkov in the low post. He moves up to the high post. 2 on the shot clock for Wilson. The shot no good. Battle for the rebound, draws a whistle. And that is against Harmon for his second personal. And the 4th team foul for St. Clair. Thoughts?
Unfortunate for Herman, just trying to box him out, but a little too aggressive, and that's a fair foul call.
Next one puts Lambton in the bonus. Backing up Miller. Stepping back, 4 on the shot clock from way deep, it's good. And Miller overtime starting to erupt. 9 points in the first half. Petty loses the ball. Out of bounds. No signal yet. And it looks like they'll have a conference. And the play does go to Lambton for the basketball.
Yeah, definitely went off of Petty's foot there. Good change of calls by the referees.
4 minutes to go in the first half. 44-37 Lions. Joseph. Moving around Williams. Fades back. On the top D. No good. Was Paris on the rebound. Price takes it back up. Quick pass. Petty. Back over Price. Taking the three. Wanted contact. Doesn't get it. Ned Yelk off the board.
A little bit of a force shot there from Price.
Miller. Keeping the tempo slower. Sizing back. Stepping back. The three is good.
Just like last night.
And St. Clair's out of timeouts for the first half of play. Price stepping back again. Move back and forth with Willis Paris. Lambton on the shot clock. Price, floater, draws contact on Ned Yelkov for his first personal and the first team foul of the quarter.
Good patience by Price there to set up the offense. Use the pass back from Willis Paris and get that floater.
So with that, 9 points so far for Shaq Price, but he's been gobbling up almost every board, it seems.
He has been. He seems to always be in the right position on both ends of the court, so that'll be key the rest of this half.
The first make, the second also goes in. That turns the gap back down to single digits. Vincent Simon back in the game for St. Clair. Joseph gives it off. Gets it back from Gakiro. Not on the shot clock. Move to Ned Yelkov. 6 on the shot clock. Gets doubled. Gets nearly tripled as Price gets it. Taken up by Williams. The drive. Rims everywhere but inside. Was Paris? No. Third chance? No. Fourth chance? Deer gets it.
That's why offensive rebounds are key, because you never know if it's going in or not. So to have hands there for a putback, that's what they needed in that situation.
Miller thought about the three. Instead drives it into Ned Yelkov. From the baseline. Pass back out to Miller. Miller, 6 on the shot clock. Poke back. Has to take it from nearly at the logo. No good. Second chance, no good. Shot clock didn't get reset. Play continues. And now it's thrown and poked. Ned Yelkov last to touch it. And it looks like another substitution coming in. Bartune Shawami. Here's a look at the sequence.
Close. Lambton got their hands right in there. Saints were lucky it didn't go off of them.
And Yelkov the reach. Rice off the roll. Stepping back. Taking a three off the front of the rim. Today, Shawami once again. Miller works through the zones. Off to Wilson. Rims out. And a whistle inside. That against Lambton.
Saw that coming as soon as the shot went up.
Opportunity. Shawami called to the personal. Yep.
Shoving Willis Paris out of the way before he could even get the ball.
There are 2 minutes to work with in the first half of play. Saints trail by 6. Price off to Williams, thrown away. Wilson with the steal. Joseph takes it up, contested, doesn't drop it. Vincent Simon on the board. Saints have numbers with Price. Pass back, Vincent Simon. Top layup, no good. Rebound picked up by Wilson. Willis Paris bounced off of Deer. Last touch by Joseph.
I'm not even sure the Saints knew what they were doing then. A little bit of chaos down in their end.
Yeah,
Price is open.
Wide open.
Wide open on that reverse side.
Miles Hall now into the game for Price. 7 on the shot clock. Give it out to Willis Perez. Willis Perez has three-point range, doesn't make it. And out of bounds, and we'll see how this is played. Shot clock did not get reset. There is a foul on the sequence against Jerry Wilson. That's the 13th foul for Lambton.
Yep.
Right there.
Pulled Williams' arm down, so he wasn't able to get to the ball.
Price back in, Deere coming out. And 14 on the shot clock put up for the Saints as a result of the foul. Hall. Screen set by Willis Perez, pick and fade. Willis Perez tries it again for three. Off the back of the rim. Taken up by Miller. Under a minute to go in the first half. Driving through two defenders. Doesn't drop again. Rebound squirts out. St. Clair basketball.
Nice shots there by Willis Perez. Just can't knock him down.
Done in two different ways to open it up on the arc. Hall. Working the point spot. Price at shooting guard for this play. Hall keeps himself off to Price. Give it outside. Vincent Simon. He made a few threes early. Doesn't get one there. Ball tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Williams and the Saints. And it looks like Lambton's Coach Grant wants another timeout. And we'll get it. His last timeout of the half. Lambton looks to hold on with about 35-40 seconds to go in the first half of play, up by 6.
Yep, the Saints offense, it looked a little stale there the last couple minutes, so we'll see what they plan out of this timeout to try and score a bucket here.
See that discussion mark coming in already. Lambton, we mentioned early on.
Game.
19 points for Kakira specifically. He's also picked up a couple rebounds, which has been critical. Very different, again, compared to yesterday, where in that respective matchup, Kakira, 12 points, but only 10 attempts. He's made a lot more attempts than he's shot yesterday.
He's definitely shooting better in tonight's game, and we'll see how long that lasts going into the second half.
So 32.6 seconds to go exactly on the clock. Hall, Williams, Vincent Simon, Willis Perez on the court with Price for St. Clair. Babatunde Shawami on the court for Lambton alongside Joseph, joined alongside by Kakira, Miller. Rounding at the 5 for the inbound, Wilson. Keeping the trailer, Terrence Williams. Take it up to Miller. About a 7 to 8 second difference. Shot clock and game clock. Wilson comes to help up top. Zipper screen. Move down low. Babatunde Shawami just keeps it in. 2 on the shot clock. Draws contact for the foul. And Willis Perez with his first personal. And Lambton now with the bonus for the next 10 seconds.
It's a nice play out of the timeout there for the Lambton Lions. Almost lose the ball out of bounds right there. But he was able to hold on to it, take it up strong, and get that foul call.
First one's good for Babatunde Shawami. While he isn't a major scorer per se, he's known when you see him with the ball in his hands for being able to throw it down like we've seen yesterday.
Exactly.
Second's good. And it looks like St. Clair's thinking about the three-pointer to end the quarter. You're in. Price. Simon to his right. Price holding on to it. Look to pass it, dropping. And it looks like they will let St. Clair have it. 2.9 seconds to go in the half. Touched by the Lions. Here the inbounder. Gives Willis Perez back to Deere to end the half. For 3, it's good.
Bang! And that's what Josiah Deere is good at. He comes off the bench, hits those triples when you need them, and there you go. Going into halftime, knocks it down.
Josiah Deere with a lot of time on that shot clock to work with. Hits the 3 in the corner. And with He just above buzzer beater. St. Clair trims the gap to 49-44 at recess. Halftime coverage coming up after this. You're watching We Digital.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. OCAA Men's Championship basketball action, the second semifinal game unfolding here right now. It's the hometown Saints. They're in tough against the Lambton Lions. The Lions are leading after the first half, 49-44. Before we get into this game, of course, as I've said all week long, there's a lot of special people here. We have a special group of people here tonight, including one gentleman that's all the way in from Toronto. A lot of people remember him. He was a former great for the Saints. Dave Brown joins us. Thanks for doing this with us, Dave. And what's it feel like to come back and see something like this?
Thanks for having me. It is just incredible. The support that everyone here is showing is incredible. Mm-hmm. The complex is unbelievable compared to, I guess, what they call the classic gym now.
Yeah. This is a pretty special place.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
You played in 81 to 84.
Yeah.
And you played with some pretty good players.
I indeed did. Everyone from a guy named George Copeland.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out, Dan. If you could, Dan, my cameraman, if you could swing over. George has got to say hello. Say hello, George.
Yes, George Copeland.
And of course, Coach Kiss. Coach Kiss is with them. But that's what I mean. It's like a reunion here of sorts in some ways. But some of the players that you got to play with.
Yeah, everyone from Darcy Cobra to Dave.
Darcy was a heck of a player.
To, my goodness, Dale at Liberty, John, oh my goodness, where should I start? Tony Swift, oh my goodness.
How well did the team do?
We did very well, actually. In fact, in our third year, we made it to the semifinals and played all the teams that are currently top teams in the league now. You know, everyone from George Brown to Mohawk back then. So we had a very successful. It was a very successful 4 years for me.
You know? You had a couple of special coaches as well.
Yes. Oh man. Let's not forget Dave McGuffin.
No, Dave.
My number one special shout out to Dave McGuffin. Yeah. Dan Russell, of course. Appreciate that. And Dale at Liberty. I'm very fortunate to have been coached by them.
So was there anything special back then that you could let our viewers know, some of the St. Clair alumni know, or today's St. Clair fans know? What was it like playing for St. Clair then? I'm sure the crowds were pretty good then, like they are here. I remember reading about the Saints back then. I was a younger guy.
Yeah.
I remember, of course, I remember George because he was just a phenomenal player in the city. But,
yes.
How special was the team and the group back then?
You know, the team each year was special. The group was phenomenal. We had such a synergy with not just the guys but the girls. I mean, the male and female team both traveled to respective schools at the same time, so the bond was incredible. And it stemmed everywhere from basketball to hockey to volleyball. We all had a great synergy and supported all of each other. You know, so it's actually every sport we came and supported each other in each game, and whether we're on the road. And now that I'm in Toronto, even that whenever St. Clair goes up to Toronto to play whomever, George Brown, Humber, I'm always there. So it was a unique time, you know.
Obviously, St. Clair has had a huge influence in your life.
Yes.
And just how did it influence you?
Very much so. I mean, it allowed me to meet a like I said previously, a special group of people, which connected me to, I can honestly say, one of the reasons why I'm in Toronto.
Yeah.
For all those that are listening now, they're St. Clair current and alumni, help each other out because it worked for me. So I'm sure, I feel as if the school has carried that on as well, where people share and help each other. So
you mentioned you played in the original gym.
Yes.
A big wooden stand and things like that. It was a pretty unique place.
Yes.
And you come here and you see something like this. I mean, we all wish we could go back in time maybe, but what do you think? How do you think your team would have done in a place like this?
I think we would have just flourished because we're all gym rats, right? So we were there as much as humanly possible, and it looks like there would have been a much more sleeping area here for us to have stayed overnight and started in the morning and left late. So my compliments to everyone involved in putting this together, because it's special.
So when St. Clair, you come here and you see St. Clair hosting an event like this, you get to partake in it, of course, as a fan, as an alumnus.
Yes.
How much gratification do you get out of that, and to know that your former alma mater is putting things like this together?
It's brilliant. I can't stress enough how much it makes you feel when your long-term success or time here is just still relished, because I can be honest in the fact that everywhere I go in Toronto, I speak about St. Clair. Even the girls that I coach currently, I try to push them to go down here. Even my own daughter, I've tried to bring her down here to play, etc. So, and letting them know that how special it is. So they've done a wonderful job. And again, my shout out to Ted Beal as well, because he's always been
Ted's an unbelievable worker for this group, that's for sure. And it's an incredible team that they have here now.
And I've got to interrupt and say that I get to watch them. So I'm not here and in Toronto. I get to watch on TV, so I get to see you all the time.
Well, I apologize for that. I apologize for that, but I'm glad you watch, and I'm glad you get a chance to follow the Saints that way, because that's what this is all about. We want to make sure that the Saints are out there front and center, because they work so hard at this. And when an alumnus can follow them through us or anything, that's a blessing. So, Dave, great to meet you. I'm so glad you made it down. I wish you continued success. Keep following the Saints, and make sure you come and visit us again, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
All right.
Thanks for interviewing me.
Dave Brown, one of the greats, one of the good guys for sure. Former St. Clair Saints. You're going to be cheering hard the second half, because we need to be loud, because the Saints are in tough right now. A quick timeout, and Logan Kuchera is going to tell us how tough the Saints are in as we continue our coverage of OCAA men's basketball here on We Digital Productions.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex. We continue our halftime report. OCAA Men's Championship Basketball here on We Digital Productions. Our second semifinal game of the day. The winner advances to the gold medal. They will play against George Brown. The loser of this game will have to settle to play for a bronze. The Lambton Lions have come out on fire. They lead the Saints after the first half, 49-44. Logan, we said it before the game. This is going to be a tough game. I'm not surprised at this. Maybe a little surprised that Lambton was able to score the way they were, but just the same, this is a really good team.
Yeah, I think Lambton started off a little slower than St. Clair, which is what I expected, but down in the stretch, they started hitting their shots, and St. Clair started to rush near the end of that second quarter, so the key for them is to slow down and have some patience.
Lambton hit their shots, but they had good looks too, Logan. There's a lot of motion going on. St. Clair has to tighten that up.
Yeah, they have to guard those open opportunities, because Lambton's getting a lot of those, and that's what's making them get these points, right?
Let's take a look at some of the numbers from that first half, and that'll tell a little bit of the story. The field goal percentage, I'm actually surprised St. Clair's at 40. I didn't think it'd be that good.
Yeah.
But the 3-point, 8 of 17 is Lambton. St. Clair's 6 of 16. We lost our stats. Nolan, can I get my stats back? I need my stats, Nolan. But some of these stats, the free throws, both teams very good on the charity stripe. Turnovers, St. Clair got to tighten that up as well.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Rebounding, St. Clair's done a good job. Stats are not as bad as I thought they would be, considering the score and just the overall look of that first quarter. Anything catch you off guard, Logan, that stood out to you?
Just Lambton, their passing. Their ball movement is way better than St. Clair right now, and that's why they're getting those open opportunities on offense. And
And St. Clair, I think, and again, you could relate to this, I'm sure. The crowd has been loud. St. Clair needs to take some of that energy, feed off some of that energy. I don't know if they've taken advantage of that yet.
Yeah, I don't think they have. It's a little quiet in here with them. Even the bench, they need to start getting that energy up and cheering loud so the players on the court can go for it.
The shot selection, you look at Lambton again, a couple of their players have just been lighting it up big time. Shaq Price has been pretty good for St. Clair, but obviously you're going to need one thing that the Saints have done this year is they've shown a very balanced scoring attack. We haven't seen that yet tonight. Other players have got to start picking the game up here.
Yeah, they got to share the ball more, and if they can't hit the shot outside, they got to go in the inside game because they're good at that.
Okay, put your coach's cap on. Your Coach Segan and Coach Sykes. What are you stressing in the dressing room here?
Definitely defense, right? Defense comes first, and it will create those offensive opportunities. Getting to the boards offensively and defensively. I think that's the most important going into the second half.
And if you're Coach Grant of the Lambton Lions, you got to be pretty happy with the half. I mean, come into a loud place. He's quieted them down, the crowds, and his team looks very focused. I don't know if you're changing a lot there.
Yeah, I don't think Lambton has to change much. They picked it up in that second quarter, and they're coming into this third quarter hot, so St. Clair needs to stop them.
Okay, and we talked about it. Coach Grant talked about it at the top of our broadcast here tonight. He talked about pressure. Which team is going to handle the pressure? Fair to say right now Lambton's handled it better?
Yep, I agree with you.
All right, so that's where we're at. It's Lambton leading the Saints 49-44 after 20 minutes of play. 20 minutes of basketball still on the line here. A trip to Calgary also on the line here because two teams from Ontario will go represent this OCAA group out in Calgary. So there's a lot on the line. A berth to the gold medal game tomorrow, a berth to a trip to Calgary to play in the Nationals. If that can't motivate you, you shouldn't be here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see how the Saints can figure this thing out, and hopefully they do. But they're in tough. The Lambton Lions look pretty focused. They look pretty hungry, just like a bunch of Lions. We're set for second half action. Let's go out back to Justin and Jada.
You're there for your father. You're there for your wife. You're there for your friend. And we're here for you.
The officer found me, and I was bleeding to death.
I was diagnosed with a very rare disease, which basically affects the body's ability to produce blood cells.
I received several blood transfusions from 14 different donors.
It's heartwarming that so many people factored into keeping me alive.
That beautiful gift to give blood, you saved my life.
It only takes a moment of your time, but it means a lifetime of benefit.
Become a blood donor. Visit blood.ca and book an appointment now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Windsor, Ontario for the start of the third quarter. The semifinal for the OCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Justin Prince, Janica Sarah with you. Just about to start off the second half of play. It's been another thriller amongst these semifinals tonight.
It has been. Both teams knocking down shots throughout that first half. So we'll get this second half underway and see who gets the first bucket. with the momentum.
St. Clair starts off with possession here in the second half. Price, Harmon, along with Williams, Petty. Vincent Simon, the 5. Harmon starts off with a miss, no good. Opportunity, Shawami on the rebound. Given by Wilson to Miller. Joined on the floor by Joseph. Also joined alongside the player with the second most points of the season, Gakira. The drive, good inside for the bucket.
Nice take by Wilson there.
Wilson brings the gap up a little bit more on the score sheet. Williams responds, back rim, no good. Joseph squeezes through 2 Saints, trying to spin past the 3rd. Trying to spin away from the 4th, gets it.
Still gets it to go.
53-44 the score. Less than a minute into this 3rd quarter of play. For those curious in the Women's Basketball Championship semifinals, Lambton Lions there. Algonquin 52-36. The bucket good inside from Williams.
Nice response from Williams there. Gets knocked down right out of the gate. Gets back up. And we'll have the Saints' first 2 points.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Had to shoot that one high.
And it looks like they are looking to fix the clock real quick, is the discussion with the officials at the scorers table. So to touch upon Gakira in particular, his season high was 21 points entering the postseason and in general against Fanshawe December 3rd. He's only scored since before tonight in double-digit points twice. That changes now with his performance, a chance to be able to top his season high.
Sometimes all you need is a big crowd. You have your best game, and he's showing that tonight.
Miller has it knocked out of bounds on the block, and now Harmon thought it hit Miller. Stays Lambton basketball.
Oh, questionable call, I think. Looks like Miller raised his hands, threw it out of bounds himself.
Wilson runs into Harmon. An offensive foul for his second personal, team first.
There's Harmon again, taking a charge. I think he took a couple last night.
Trapped at the corner. Yeah.
Always laying his body on the line, not afraid of a hard hit.
Price sets up the play off the bounce. Williams on the spin, missing. Penny put back good.
Nice rebound there by Petty. Even though Lambton was boxing him out hard, he was still able to get that rebound and put back.
Penny tied for the most points for the team so far tonight with Price, 11 points. Miller back to Joseph. Army coming in for the help on the pick and roll. Joseph keeps it, now gives it down low post. Double team, whistles blow. And that appears to be against St. Clair. That is against Harmon for his 3rd personal. Jalen Harmon in foul trouble.
Yep, got him on the arm. He's gonna have to play smart.
They keep Harmon in with the 3 fouls. Miller, 7 on the shot clock. Sizes up Petty, spins right. Passes over to Harmon for the steal. Harmon looking forward, looks to drive, gets it for the bucket.
And just like that, Jalen Harmon gets a foul call on his end, goes back and scores a bucket.
Just past 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play, 53-50 Lambton Lions over the St. Clair Saints. Miller, guarded by Petty. Along the screen, and now Joseph. Joseph, 3 on the shot clock, fades back, misses. Picked up by Vincent Simon. Moved up by Price to Vincent Simon for the tie, no good. Picked up by Wilson on the rebound. Miller. Again, keeping it slow tempo. Seen this all night from Lambton.
Yeah, a bit of a change in pace from last night's game where they were going full throttle. Here it looks like they're really setting up their play.
Well, that play may have been good on the setup if the player was 10 feet. Instead, out of bounds on the throw.
That was a really high pass.
So off the turnover, substitution, Nadyalkov coming in for Babatunde Shawani. Just past 3 minutes into the third quarter.
Looks like Lambton is in a zone.
2-3 look. Petty looks for the float. Doesn't go. Simon on the rebound. Moved around to Price. Now to Williams. Thought about the three. Passes instead to Petty. 6 still in the shot clock. Over to Nadyalkov. Off the rim. No good. Picked up for a third chance. Price. Is it right? Not yet. Nadyalkov draws the over the back call. Vincent Simon called for a second.
Yep, right over the back. Got him good.
Just like that, second team foul.
Some really good opportunities there by the Saints. Just couldn't get it to drop it.
Looking to see if they can break ahead. Lambton looking to try and roar away on the board. Petty guarded by Miller. Up to Nadyalkov. Outside the arc. Now, Kakira. Looking in. Passing out. Wilson. 5 of the shot clock again. Down to 2 of the shot clock. Baseline drive from the jumper. Good.
Wow, that was a nice shot. Tough defense and still scores it.
And Williams loses the ball and turns it over on the quick transition.
Williams trying to push it down the court as fast as he can. I think not realizing that none of his teammates were ahead of him.
Shaq Price has not picked up any points, rebounds, or assists so far since the end of the first half. 11, 6, and 3. Bucket good, Lions. Price. High screen by Harmon. Pick and roll. Harmon jumps on it. Passes it away. Joseph with the steal.
Lambton's being really aggressive right now and just forced another turnover.
On the drive, Nadyalkov having to adjust midair, draws the whistle for 2 free throws. Harmon with 4 personals. And that's the risk you take, keeping him in.
Yep.
And as a result, St. Clair before the free throws, looking to discuss things in the timeout. 58-50, now the score. For the Lambton Lions fans tuning in, those coming over from the women's basketball semifinals, congratulations to you. The Lions have a chance to battle for a gold medal in women's basketball after beating the Algonquin Wolves 53-38 the final. And if Lambton could pull off the upset against St. Clair tonight, it'd be a monumental year for their program as a whole in basketball.
Absolutely, it would be. Both sides of the program, men's and women's, have done a great job this year. Excellent coaches. Janine Day got Coach of the Year on the women's side, so congrats to her. And now they're in a gold medal game, so good luck to them tomorrow.
Or it's a very competitive semifinal to get themselves there. And now St. Clair looking to find something here. Trailing by 8. What do you do if you're the Saints at the moment?
Again, push that pace. Don't be afraid to go as fast as you can, under control. Smart passes, smart shots, and score a bucket here to keep the game close.
And Youngcomb first, though, has the chance to grow the gap back up to a time for biggest lead, 10 points. Youngcomb working quick and missing quick for the first free throw. So far for Nadyalkov, 5 points on the night, 2 rebounds and a block. No free throws made, but picking up his own miss to get another shot at it. Was Paris his second personal.
That's something the Saints will have to do better here, is on a foul shot especially, is get that rebound, because Lambton Lions fighting for that offensive rebound, and there he gets it.
Darnell Petty credited with the personal, his second. And he makes up for the 2 misses with 1 make.
And that's what you don't want. You miss your foul shots, but then you get that second opportunity to go back to the line, and then you make them.
This time he goes 2 for 2, and now it is a 10-point advantage. Price, Vincent Simon, Willis Paris, Petty, Williams, the 5 for the Saints. Price comes down to the post. Vincent Simon Backs away, jumping away, making it.
They needed that. That was a big bucket by Vincent Simon.
Capturing back down to 8. Joseph Miller lined up with Akira. Wilson and Yelkov to 5. Miller guarded by Vincent Simon. Over top, Willis Parrish draws more whistles and more free throws. And St. Clair now in foul trouble for the rest of this third quarter. That was the foul left before triggering the bonus. They give it to Vincent Simon for a third personal, and Deere in turn comes in for Petty.
Got the hand down a little too much.
And a lot of missed free throws by Lambton in this third quarter.
Yes, there has been. St. Clair's going to have to take advantage of that.
Miller with 3 misses for the Lions. He had all the previous misses before this third, and Yelkov adding to that total previously. 1 for 2 this time. Into the game comes Stewart. Vincent Simon being taken out with the foul trouble for the forward. Lambton in the bonus for the next 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Stewart. Give it off to Price. Pass out. Willis Parrish looking for a bucket. Makes one.
There we go. I knew he was going to knock one down soon.
It took 3 tries, but he's got his first points. Joseph. Drop of the shot clock. Back to Miller. Pick and fade. Miller taking it, making it from deep.
And we know he's capable of doing that. Did it last night, and he's done it here today, too.
Quickly rushing Deere. The microwave. Cooking.
Side Deere. Another three-pointer. When he's on, he's on.
3 straight threes combined. Miller. Looking down, Ned Yelkov from the low post, back to Miller. Not on the shot clock. 1-on-1 with Stewart, stepping back, another 3. Air ball, no good. Price on the board again. Up to Stewart on the fast break. Rolls it in for the bucket. Oh, and Stewart away on the inbound. Moved up to Price for 3. Yes!
And just like that. I said St. Clair was going to have to push the pace, and that was a huge momentum change.
Timeout called by Lambton. 9 consecutive points to trim down.
That was a nice look by Stewart there. He didn't force anything off that turnover, and the Saints were able to capitalize on that 3-point make by Price.
64-63. Just a minute ago, the gap was 10 points. What did you notice amongst that change that really sparked this?
They were slow to begin with. They pushed the pace. They made smart passes, smart shot options. And bam, there you go. A couple buckets out of it.
So in turn, what do you expect from Lambton out of their timeout here?
I think Lambton's going to continue that hard, aggressive defense, dive into the floor, looking for those open looks, doing what they know best.
Darnell Petty, 11 points tonight. He slowed down a bit in scoring in the third quarter, but for much of the first half, he had been one of the main sources of offense.
Yeah, he's been a little quiet here in the second half, but then again, he's still been doing the little things on defense and getting those stops. So we'll see what the rest of the game has in store for him.
3:26 to go in the third quarter. Lambton with the ball. Looking at a trap look. Now the Saints back it off. Price comes in as the trailer. Now on Wilson. Wilson looks to his right, dribbles it left. Hands it off to Joseph. Over to Miller. Miller looking, floating, right hand, no good. Willis Parrish on the board. Miller strips it back away for a fresh 14. Outside, may have gotten a piece of it, the Saints. Rebound picked up, this time to Kira. Miller wants it back, slows it down with 8 on the shot clock. Wants Ned Yelkov on the high screen. Miller spins through one, outside, Joseph, three, no. Nedyukov, third chance, draws free throws to go to the line to shoot two. Stewart on the defense. That's his second personal.
Yep. Just a little bit of a height difference there, and Stewart wasn't able to get the ball and calls a foul instead.
Nedyukov now 3 for 5 at the stripe this third quarter.
He's been a key factor for the Lambton Lions here tonight. Coming in off the bench, getting rebounds and putbacks and foul shots.
On the seconds, no good. Stewart on the board. Price. Over. Williams. Deere. Three. No. Stewart, the putback. Draws contact. Gakira caught for his first personal. Second team foul. Right there.
Yep. The Saints have been good at that. You know, if they get a foul on the defensive end, they come down and they make up for it on the offensive end. And there's Stewart again, going to the line.
Stewart with a chance to tie it with this trip to the stripe. Oh, and misses the first of two.
A little too hard there.
St. Clair's been close for the past few minutes, just have not been able to tie it or lead it yet.
I feel it coming, though. The momentum has definitely changed.
Oh, and he missed the second, but a lane violation against Babatunde Shawami.
Let's see if he can knock this down here.
2 points so far tonight for Stewart. And he misses on 3 attempts. Joseph gives it to Miller. Moved over to Wilson. Bounced over to Joseph. Spins away from Stewart. Has a chance up forward. Willis Paris on the contest. Stewart takes it up. Looking for the Euro. Picks up more contact for free throws. And now they say it's against Stewart.
I think they called a travel on him.
Yeah. Stewart thought he got hit on the head, but the travel comes first.
Yep. One too many steps.
Coming up to 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 65-63 Lions. Joseph with 7 on the shot clock. Passes. Opportunity Shawami having to retreat back. Can't get to it. Turned over.
That was a really hard pass. I think it went off his head.
He's going to get back to retreat. Price already directing traffic to his right. Moved over to Deere. Deere tries to the paint, loses the ball. Forced retreat back. Stewart back to Price. They reset it. Now they call for the pick and roll. Was Paris. Fades it out. Price kicks it out. 5 of the shot clock. Deere. Layup. Good. One tied at 65.
It was a nice pass out by Price. He knew he wasn't getting to the rim, and he saw Deere open on the three-point line.
Miller. Moved over on the bounce. Gakira. Gakira draws the defense. Miller up top again. Back to 5 of the shot clock. On the pass. Stored away. Deere on the break. Oh, and a whistle at the timeline. This going against Lambton on the reach. How'd this develop?
Looks like he didn't know what he wanted to do, so he made that last-minute pass, and the Saints were able to get their hands on it.
Miller caught for his second, third team foul. Price looking to his right. Gives it to the corner. Williams, the drive. Hard traffic. No good. Second chance. No. Third chance. Count it. And the foul.
And one.
Terrence Williams to the line to shoot one as St. Clair retakes the lead.
He never gave up. Got his hands on the ball after he missed. And a great rebound putback off of Willis Paris's miss.
So on the personal there, here to be opportunity to Shawami. Chance to extend the gap to 3. 55.2 seconds to go in the third. Misses to finish the N1. Miller. Looking towards the top. Now drives it in. Pass was Paris. No good again. Price, high tempo. Has Deere outside. Space for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by Akendi.
Those are good looks for the Saints. Just unable to knock them down that time.
12-second difference. Shot clock and game clock. Barbertude, Shawami bobbles it around. Gets it stripped. Tries to dive it back. Gets it back. Akendi with 6 on the shot clock to Miller. Miller putting up some handiwork in drawing some free throws. Stewart on the whistle.
Nice handle there by Miller to get that foul call.
Heard a few oohs and ahs too. The near ankle breaker there too.
Yeah, it was great.
Shot clock now off the remainder of the quarter, it appears. Wilson back in. Also into the game, Miles Hall. But Miller time is in the conversation for the triple-double tonight.
He definitely is. He's doing it all again tonight.
First one's good. Remember, he's been a bit streaky, though, at the free throw line. He missed a fair bit in this quarter, too.
That's right, he did. So we'll see if he can get 2 for 2 here.
Second one, good. He does get the 2 for 2 to tie it. Shot clock now off. Price has Deere in the near side corner. Holds on to it. Pulls up for 3. No good. Thorpe on the rebound. That ends the third quarter of play. After 30 minutes of play, it's 67 all. The fourth quarter coming up around the corner. Who goes for the gold medal game? We'll find out after this break.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
A look over to some of the fans as we get ready to start the fourth quarter play here on We Did It All. A chance to battle for the gold medal between two rivals from Essex County and Lambton County. Justin Prince, Jenica Zero with you. Let's look at the quick stats. The bench has been huge for St. Clair, but also the points in the paint.
That's right. The Saints men have come off the bench strong and hot, scoring some easy buckets, tough buckets, and that's been a huge difference maker for them.
And a lot of those points in the paint, too, putbacks. A +6 offensive rebound-wise.
Exactly. They've been there for those missed layups, and they've put them right back in.
Getting ready to start the fourth quarter of play. Hall on the court with Price, Ijulu, Vincent Simon, Petty. For Lambton, it's Miller, Akendi, lined up alongside Nidiokov. Joseph rounding up the 5 is Wilson. Miller starts with an aggressive drive for 22 points.
That sure was aggressive.
Hall starts things off on the play call, looking for Ijulu on the screen. High screen set, bounce to Petty. Petty extra pass. Vincent Simon backing away, no good. Bounced over to Price on the rebound. Price draws the whistle. Gets Journey Joseph for his second first-team foul. Check that for Miller for his third personal. There's why.
Yep.
So that gives fresh 14 for the Saints on the shot clock. St. Clair being led tonight point-wise by Shaq Price. 14 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Hall. Passed out to Price. 5 on the shot clock. Pass to a Jewel. Out to Petty. With a man in his face for 3. It's good!
Petty's been pretty quiet since the first half, so it was nice to see him knock down that triple there.
It's his second tray of the night. 70-69. 1 minute into the fourth. Joseph watches the play develop down low over to Miller. Miller guarded by Petty up top. Sizing up. Goes twice. McKendy. 2 on the shot clock. Steps back for a 3 back. No good. Petty on the rebound. St. Clair mid-tempo. Vincent Simon tries to spin away from McKendy. Hands back to Petty. Going back to the right. Jumping. Missing for mid-range. Ejul on the tap out. Vincent Simon couldn't squeeze it. Miller across the timeline. Still a man-to-man look from the Saints. Price on Joseph. Miller drives by Petty. Vincent Simon knocks it out of bounds. Stays Lambton basketball. 10 on the shot clock.
Nice hands there by Vincent Simon to be able to tap that ball out of bounds for no easy buckets.
Over the inbound. McKendy. 7 on the shot clock. Couple reaches from Vincent Simon. He spins it away. Reach pulled in by Ejulu. Price. Bounce pass to Petty. Rejected by Miller. Moved up by Wilson. Joseph. Back to Miller. Miller the drive. Has it contested. Second shot. No good. Nedyelkov. Rebound. Kept alive. Picked up by Petty. Petty. Over Joseph. Draws contact for free throws.
Nice to see Petty get that layup up there attempt. Now he's going to the foul line, especially after being blocked on the previous play.
And that coming from Joseph.
That was tough.
Now Joseph's got his second. Team second. Into the game, Gakira. Look at this one more time. Miller came all the way from behind there.
Yep. Petty needed to go up a little bit stronger.
First one from Petty rolls in. It's been a +7 throughout much of the night for the Lions from the free throw line and makes, but Lambton also missed 6 free throws in 3 quarters. Setting things up, McKendy. Joseph. Go to Wilson. Floats it, makes it. Petty. Watches as Williams gives it over now to Petty. Over to Williams. Pass down low, Ejulu. No good. McKendy. Drawing traffic 3 minutes into the fourth. North side, Wilson deflected. Battles for the ball, jump ball, no. Out of bounds, Wilson.
Good hands there by Vincent Simon on that drive. Not letting anything easy go. Yeah, that was nice. And now they will get the ball back going their way.
Tied at 71. Harmon back into the game with the foul trouble. Referee's got 4 and an offensive foul. You know who also has 4 now? Vincent Simon.
Yeah, him and Harmon are going to have to play smart here.
Two of the main starters in foul trouble. 7 rebounds, 8 points.
Going a little too fast on that last play.
4 personals. It's Simon to the bench. Here in, Miller back in. He came out very quickly for a moment for Wilson.
Just a quick little break.
Kendi. Miller to Joseph. Side for the 3. Kakira, good.
Right from the get-go, he's been knocking them down.
To Williams, out to Harmon. Williams to Petty. Side Price. From the baseline, out to Petty. Move back to Price, 10 on the shot clock. Oh, through the traffic, it's good!
Nice spin on that to get it in.
(74-73). Now 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. Joseph on the play set. Up from the top, no good. Kakira. Quick pass. Deer open. Transition good.
That's what they got to continue to do. Is transition points, fast break, push the pace.
Miller. Drew Kendi. We go to Miller and contact off ball. Petty with Joseph. Joseph is down.
Looked like he was trying to do a cut and ran right into Petty. He's up and walking, so that's a good sign.
Back up, and in fact will stay in the game. Kendi coming out for Wilson. So the second personal, third personal for Petty, second team foul. Miller. Guarded by Harmon, double from Petty. And Yelkov gets Williams to jump. Long range, no good from mid. Moved up by Price. Price through the traffic, no good off the backboard. Moved up by Joseph. Over Harmon, no whistle. Here comes Petty. Moved to Price, outside Deer. Driving in towards the paint. The whistle coming, and the foul.
Count the bucket. Josiah Deer, while getting hit on the arm, manages to put the ball up in for that and one while still in the air.
Miller caught for a personal, his fourth, and the 13th foul. And Josiah Deer has been big off the bench. 17 points for St. Clair tonight.
He's been great tonight. Came out strong and hasn't stopped. And the three-point play is good.
78-74. Joseph. Wilson. Oh, over Price for 3, yes sir.
Wilson's been doing that all night.
Williams to Petty. Looking for the response off the front of the rim, no good. Miller. Out to Joseph for the 3 again, it's good. Lambton takes the lead back.
Back-to-back triples.
To Price, to Petty. Move to Williams. Then Harmon has outside, has Price open. Petty bounces into Harmon. Harmon blocked by Nadyokov, late whistle. No basket. And free throw signal.
Nice sequence of passing there by the Saints. And Harmon will go to the line.
He'll come second, 4th team foul.
Nice patience by Harmon there, too. Got the up fake to get the Lambton line guy jumping.
Harmon with the chance to tie it once more. Makes first. With the foul trouble, Harmon. Not a lot of shot attempts, just 5 points so far.
Yep, he's been a little bit more quiet tonight.
Second. Good.
With that being said, he just hit 2 key foul shots.
Vincent Simon. Look to move in. Quick clarification on the score sheet. Now Vincent Simon comes in. .356 to go in the fourth. Miller. Round back and forth. Miller on the pick and roll. Now to Wilson. Deep three. Just misses. Picked by Deere. Side Harmon up to Price. Price pulls up for three. Yes, sir!
Bang! He has great art to his shot.
Jack Price gives St. Clair the lead with under 4 minutes to go in regulation. Joseph sheds his defender for the bucket.
Good defense by Price there, but Joseph still able to get that shot up and in.
Joseph kept the 12 points tonight so far. A pass to Harmon, nearly deflected away. Simon looks on through the drive, draws another whistle, and St. Clair's now in the bonus.
Nice aggressive take there by Vincent Simon to get to the hoop. Almost with the finish too. Needed a little bit more spin on that one.
Jerry Wilson called for the personal. His second. First is good. Second drops. 3-point lead. Under 3 minutes to work with. Wilson looks to the paint. Loses the ball. Harmon keeps it inbounds with the steal. Price slows down the tempo. Pulls up. Deep three. No good. Kikira on the rebound. Taking up with Joseph. Harmon reaches, steals it. Battle of the ball, draws the whistle. And a jump ball caught for the first time tonight.
Harmon did have a handle on that, but then Joseph got right to the floor and was able to get it back. Yep, that was a good call.
With that, St. Clair gets the ball. Crowd getting into it with 2:19 to go. Price looking towards Deere. Deere sheds his defender. Moves to Harmon. Back outside Williams. Top of the shot clock. Harmon driving. Cutting, no good. Vincent Simon gets to the Harmon for a second chance. Harmon to the line to shoot two.
Good teamwork right there. One misses, another one grabs the rebound and passes it right back. And Harmon will go back to the foul line. It was a good take by Harmon. He got right up in there. Lions weren't able to get their hands on it.
So Harmon, another critical trip to the stripe. Minute 58 to go. Makes the first. 3 straight makes.
He always says something right before he's going to shoot. I wonder what he's saying. Like a little prayer. And it helps.
And timeout called by Lambton, their second last timeout. Harmon with 4 critical free throw makes in the past 2 minutes.
Yep, foul shots down the stretch are critical. And just like that, Harmon goes perfect. 4 for 4, which is what they want to see.
And with that, St. Clair in a solid position, trying to see if they can make the gold medal game for a second consecutive year. Let's take a look at the quick stats. The bench, well, the gap has exponentially increased.
It sure has. Saints men off the bench have done an excellent job tonight, especially Josiah Deere. Knocking down 2s, but 3s as well. And that's been a game changer for him.
And those offensive rebounds have led to that big different second chance, even more so this quarter too.
And points in the paint. 16 more points for the Saints men team here.
That's huge.
That is huge. Especially when you have those second, third, fourth chance opportunities off of rebounds and putbacks.
So with 1:58 to go, 87-82, St. Clair the score. Lambton looking to try and make the gold medal game and come back here. They've never won a gold medal in their program's history. Wilson to Miller. Miller moves to the far side. Joseph trying to open up, Price all over him. Miller, pass deflected, stolen.
Once again, Josiah Deere getting his hands on the ball and causing that turnover.
Rice slowing down the tempo. Harmon screen, pick and roll. Harmon, look for the harmonizer, gets the bucket regardless.
He's played limited minutes tonight because of being in foul trouble, but he's come back in, he's played smart, and he's made key buckets for the Saints.
Wilson no good on the quick 3. Price sets up the play. Then the final 70 seconds of this semifinal. Pick and roll again with Harmon. Harmon again. Extra pass for Vincent Simon. Vincent Simon bobbled. 3 on the shot clock. Outside. Deere for 3 off the back of the rim. Harmon the putback, no. Vincent Simon the putback, no. Down to the final 50 seconds. Miller, fast break over Deere. Gets it to roll in. Lions looking to get the defense up. Defense doesn't get quick up. 13 on the shot clock, down to 35 seconds. Wilson gets around one screen. Price passes inside to Harmon. Passed off, intercepted. Taken up the floor, up the near side to Kira. Out to Wilson. Drives for the mid-range. Drops the bucket. Single possession game. Down to 20 seconds. Keep away. In effect, there's the intentional foul. Lambton already over the limit. Joseph.
Lambton trying to be as aggressive as they can to try and get a steal or a bucket. Keep this game very close.
A big part of this scoreline, Joseph's been kept out of the game. The leading scorer of the team, not so much tonight.
The Saints have done a great job of keeping him below that 20-point mark.
Vincent Simon, the one, brought to the line, makes the first, a huge free throw. Second one misses. Harmon can't get the rebound. Miller quick up. He loses the ball. Move back to Wilson. Lambton needs a shot quick. Blocked by Vincent Simon. And a whistle down to the sideline on the hold. 4.2 seconds to go.
Great defense by Vincent Simon. There was
So Wilson blocked on the shot. And it looks like, yes, it's on Vincent Simon, his 5th. That's on the secondary play there, Jenna.
Yeah. A little bit of a push after the block. It's a fair foul call.
So now what does Lambton do here?
Well, Wilson needs to knock down these foul shots. And then they'll have to try and get that quick shot off.
Wilson makes the free throw. One more. Both good. And here's the big thing with the position of that foul. It may be Lambton ball with a timeout called by the Lions. Lambton could win this game.
They could. It's a great possibility. We'll see what the coach plans for out of this timeout.
So what's the plan? What do you draw for your Coach Grant?
Well, with 4.2 seconds left, you can either go for the tie or you can go for the winner on that 3-point shot.
So, in turn, who's your option?
I'm thinking Wilson. You know, he's been on fire all game long, 2s and 3s. He'd be your guy to get the job done.
If you're St. Clair, what's the message with this advantage late?
Come out strong, hands in the face, don't let the shot get up. Smart defense.
Few moments before the timeout sequence completes. 90-88, the score in the second semifinal comes down to 4.9 seconds. So to go. 4.2 to be precise. Lambton with the ball. Will they go for the tie or will they go for the win? A chance to go to the gold medal game on the line. Miller, the inbounder. Trying to get it to Wilson, they do. Wilson, step back for the win. Hits the side of the backboard. Timeout called by St. Clair. Wow.
Good defense by Terrence Williams. That was a tough shot to get off, and he wasn't going to let it happen.
And with about 0.6 seconds to go, St. Clair.
All they got to do is inbound the ball and hold it.
They have a chance at history, and they have a chance to do it on their home court.
What better way?
Lambton, mind you, to the defending bronze medalists. Chance for back-to-back medals there. What can they do in 0.6 seconds?
Go out, give it your all in that 0.6 seconds, try and get a steal, and a quick tip in.
So out of the timeout, St. Clair leading by 2 after the missed shot by Wilson. The timeout moves the ball to half court. St. Clair needs to get it in with no turnover. Wilson sets up around the top of the arc for the defense. Williams sets up as the inbounder. And there's the ball, there's the inbound, and there's the trip to the gold medal game for St. Clair. The St. Clair Saints off to the finals for the second consecutive season.
What a finish. Right down to that final buzzer.
Post-game coverage coming up after this. You're watching We Digital for coverage of the OCAA Men's Basketball Championship from Windsor, Ontario.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee cremmy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
Welcome back to a very loud St. Clair College Sportsplex. If you just tuned in, you just missed one heck of a basketball game. The Saints pull it out 90-88 over Lambton. We called it at the top of the broadcast, Logan. We said this was going to be tight. We said this was going to go down to the wire. It did all that.
Yeah, both teams gave it their all effort tonight, and St. Clair definitely came back in that second half. That's what they needed.
It was a real gutsy performance by St. Clair because they had guys with 4 fouls. They had guys that are banged up, and somehow they found a way to beat an outstanding Lambton team. This says a lot about the character of this team.
For sure. You know, they stayed focused that entire second half, and that's what pulled them through to that buzzer.
Did you see anything in that second half that changed, Logan?
I just think just their composure, and they got inside more. They followed their shots, they were on the rebounds, and that's what did it, I think.
One thing that I noticed in watching it, they still took the occasional 3, but they went inside. They had a lot of points in the paint.
Yeah, exactly. In the first half, they were shooting more of those outside shots, and when we talked at halftime, we said they needed to get to those boards and to their inside game because they have strong inside game.
And they took advantage of that. And there was points in the paint, and you look at the bench points in this game, just huge. Josiah Deere, who we're hoping to get in a moment here, but Josiah Deere was just phenomenal coming off the bench. And I think it was just maybe, here's where we saw the depth of the St. Clair team that paid dividends that really, I think, ended up winning this game.
Yeah, for sure. And the bench got loud in the second half, and I think that's what helped carry the energy all the way through.
speaking of energy, that's a great point you bring up, Logan. You've played in front of a loud crowd here. I remember it. The guys had to be feeding off of this. They just had to be feeling it.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, you get that energy going and the adrenaline rushing, and you just go from there.
All right. Josiah's here. We're going to slide Josiah in. Logan, you can take a break. Stand on the sideline. Josiah's getting congratulations right now. Take a deep breath, Josiah. Take a deep breath. All I can say is, wow, I'm just like flabbergasted. I was just saying to Logan Kuchera, our analyst, this was a really gutsy performance by the guys. There's guys that had foul trouble in the game. They still found a way to contribute. There's guys that are banged up, found a way to contribute. How tough was it out there, Josiah?
It was so hard, but coming in, we knew that we're going to play these type of games. We knew that we were going to play these type of games, so every punch we got, we just were ready. And one thing I'll say about this team, no matter what the score is, we go down 10, 15, 20, like, we stay together. We don't get on each other, and we just take it play by play.
Yeah, I mean, Lambton, let's face it, let's give them their due.
Oh, for sure.
This is a really good basketball team, and you guys have played each other a lot in the last couple of years. You know each other so very well. There's just not a lot of room to really do anything new because you're so adverse to each other. How tough is that when you got to try to create against a team that knows you so well?
One thing I'll say is that Lambton, out of a lot of teams, push us the most because other than Fanshawe, they're like right down the street pretty much. So they just push us, and like credit to them for coming out and giving us a hard punch, because I think this is gonna like help us in the long run for this run.
Talk to me about your game tonight, Josiah. You came off the bench.
Yep.
The bench was a huge factor in this game. Bench points were a big difference, and also points in the paint were a huge point. It looks like St. Clair made an adjustment. Instead of shooting the threes, they decided to go inside. Is that indeed the case?
Yeah, we tend to settle sometimes, but our coach always says, like, get downhill, and then the three ball will start falling once, we start getting downhill. So, yeah, getting to the rim was important to us, and then as soon as we got to the rim, that three ball, the open kickouts started coming, and it won us this game.
How good do you feel?
Mixed emotions. Like, I don't even know how to feel. Like, I'm not going to be able to go to bed tonight and be so ready for tomorrow.
Well, you got to go to bed tonight because you got to get some rest. Tomorrow's an even bigger day. Yeah. and you know what? I hate to say this to you, Josiah. It's probably not going to get any easier.
Nope.
You look at George Brown. George Brown's had an outstanding tournament.
Yeah.
Played exceptionally well today. Just a quick comment on preparing for them and what to expect there.
We played them first semester in a preseason game, and they beat us by 8, so we're kind of coming in with a chip on our shoulder. Like, that's a game that we really want. And personally, since I've been here, I haven't beaten George Brown, so I'm really ready for this game, and I know my guys are ready for this game.
Well, now's as good a time as any, so we're giving you the green light to do it, okay? Yep. Josiah, great job. Congratulations. Go celebrate with the team for a little bit tonight, but also get some rest. We need you strong for tomorrow.
For sure. Thank you very much.
Outstanding tonight, Josiah Deere off the bench. Just outstanding here this evening for the Saints. I'll tell you what, they don't win without Josiah here tonight. They don't win without that bench here tonight. And you know what? These guys found a way to win this game. That's all I can tell you. They found a way because Lambton threw everything at St. Clair tonight. They were shooting the ball well. They battled hard as we expected. Lambton was scrappy. We knew they were going to be scrappy. They fought off that. They found a way to get over that, and they found a way to win a basketball game and put themselves into the gold medal game tomorrow. Speaking of that, here we go. Thanks a lot, Nolan. Great job. We got 2 games for you tomorrow to close out our coverage here. The bronze medal matchup looks like this. The Mohawk Mountaineers and the Lambton Lions will go at it. That's a 1 o'clock tip. And then, of course, tomorrow at 3:30, the gold medal game. The OCAA championship on the line. The George Brown Huskies, who are just on an incredible roll, will take on this very good St. Clair Saints team. 3:30 p.m. will be tip time for that one. So that's our second day of coverage coming to an end. Another exciting day of basketball, no question about it. And believe me, folks, tomorrow will be another one. OCAA basketball is at an all-time high right now, playing some outstanding basketball. So once again, the story here tonight, the Saints prevail. They move on to the gold medal game. They defeat the Lambton Lions by a score of 90-88. On behalf of everybody here at We Digital, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great night. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all again very soon.